I think I did something on these once before. These are pl259 connectors. They go on the end of a piece of coax. Depending upon the size of the coax will depend upon what you need it for. Now if I was using this on an RG8, which is the heavier coax, like that big black stuff there, this would be fine. However, they're threaded inside. They're threaded so that they can take a standard 175 or 176 reducer. What happens is a 176 has a little bit bigger hole, 175 is a little bit smaller. So this would screw into that back piece and reduce the coax size to either the thin coax or the little bit heavier coax. Because there's a number of different sizes. You have your 8X, which is your heavy stuff, then you have your 58 and 8, and then your 8X and 8U, and then they have 176. I mean, they got all kinds of different sizes. But your main sizes are the ones, that the three of them that we work with antennas. Again, if I was just using that and the connector, that connector would be fine. However, most everybody uses a standard thread reducer, 176 or a 175, which again would screw into the back of the connector so that the smaller wire would fit. Well, the problem being, and I can't remember where I bought these things, is that they're not standard. They've got like a fine thread in there, so they were misthreaded, because this is a standard thread, which is a heavier one, so this will just screw right into that so you get the size that you need. You follow me so far? Now I don't know if you can see the two different size threads there or not. The shininess means nothing, but one's a fine thread and one's a standard. This is standard. The whole industry goes by this. This is not standard. I don't know where I bought them from. I know I got them on eBay, but I don't remember. Whoops! I don't remember exactly where. So I'm kind of stuck at that point. Now, if I ever use the heavy, then I got to remember to use those, because that would be the best choice at that point when it comes to the coax connector. Otherwise, they'd be a total waste. And I don't want it to be a total waste, because that's money. And these are, normally they're not cheap. You can spend anywhere from $2 to $5, $6. And that's not counting the reducer. Now normally you can find a pack of 10 for like 15 or 18 bucks, and then you can buy a pack of 10 reducers, you know, for another 15 bucks or so, sometimes 10. So for $25 or so you can pick up 10 decent ones anyway. But they do make different different kinds, and different, as you can tell, different quality. Amphenol used to be one of the best ones out there. Okay, guy's coming out to look at the air conditioner here. Now I don't know if they're still better or not. They're actually right here in Connecticut. They're about 20 minutes from me. However, they don't sell direct. If I wanted to go there, I guess I could probably squeeze buying 100 of them or so, but for the most part, they don't sell direct. I'm over here soldering, by the way. I don't know if you see that or not. I'm soldering the connector on. You want to heat it up, and you want to get the solder to come up inside the tip here to get a good solder. But you don't want it to come up so fast or so high and so hot that it melts the insulator between the two. So you just want to kind of get where you got to be and get it done, and don't play with it. If you have to go back to it, you can, but if you stay on it too long, you're just going to ruin it, and you're going to have to start over again. Ah, fungal, get off my finger. So that's it. Now let me clean that a little bit. A little flux and a cloth. Wipe it off. You want to get the flux that's on there off, because some fluxes will short out a connector. Okay, so that's done. So now this will screw into the back of the radio. This plugs in, and then this screws on. This being the hot, if we were talking negative positive, this would be the positive, the hot side, and this would be the ground side. So that's kind of how that works. Alright, so there we are. So that's done. Now on the other side, which is dangling around here someplace, I put on to this bracket here, and I had to drill a hole, and then you put the mount up through, then you put the antenna on. Now remember, I was also talking about antennas a few months back when that company sent me an antenna to try to see if I liked it or not. It was $125 for the antenna alone. And I was talking about the plastic piece and how it cracks. Well, I got them on the truck, they've cracked. I mean, I'm not using that antenna because it's just not worth using. I use it here in the shop on the roof as like a scanner antenna to receive a signal, but that would never last on a vehicle. But this, good antenna, that's metal or painted brass, I think. So, but at least it's not plastic. So, all right, guys. Every time I deal with these things, I think of all the bullshit, you know, that we put up with. Now, how many times do we go out in the course of a day and just settle for something? You go to Dunkin' Donuts to get a coffee. You're picky about your coffee. I know I am. My first cup has to be right. I only drink 1 or 2 cups a day, so I want to make sure it's right. I go to Dunkin' Donuts, I'll say, I want a medium coffee, extra light with whole milk, 2 Splendas. You know, you run out to the truck, you open up, you take a sip. It's regular, dark. It's got milk in it, but by no means is it extra light. I wouldn't even call it light. And it doesn't have Splenda in it, you know. And we settle for it. Well, all right, I'm in a hurry, you know. How many times do we settle for things, you know? We really shouldn't. We're paying for this stuff. You know, these people are not going to learn if we keep settling for what they give us. When they get a job in retail, they are there to serve us and to give us what we order and what we pay for, not to give us what they want and we pay for it. And that's what it seems like it's been getting lately. We settle for less. When are we going to give up settling and take back our country? All right? I don't mean take it back like take it back, but you know what? If the coffee ain't right, make it right. How many times I go and ask for whole milk and I get cream? Oh, we're sorry. Well, sorry doesn't cut it because you just wasted my time. You know, you go in and ask for a sandwich. You know, you want egg whites, well, with cheese and crisp bacon. What do you get? A sloppy egg white with raw bacon. You know, come on. And processed cheese half the time. But I mean, I'm just using that as an example, as a for instance. But it's everything. We always settle. You know, we shouldn't settle for anything. All right? If we're paying for it, and you're there to service us, you know, in that way, or whatever way, guys, we should get what we're paying for. And it should be what we want, how we ordered it, not the way they're used to doing it. Maybe I just asked for too much. Who knows? But I'm not going to just settle. That ain't going to happen with me. That's all there is to it. Right? I'm going to be the bad guy. If I order something and you're taking the order and I'm paying you for it, I want it the way I ordered it. So, all right. I'm done. Catch you later.